Every Hispanic in America needs to see this next video clip. Actually, no, I'm going to take that back. I think every American needs to see this next clip. It's just 3 minutes, and it's Congressman Hank Johnson of Georgia. He is in a congressional hearing, and he tells us what he thinks of Hispanics and what their role should be in this country. I literally have no words to describe it. It is just so offensive. But it did play earlier on Instagram, and you can see the people on Instagram had a lot to say. And so definitely check out their comments. Some of them are hilarious and they're spot on.
Those folk who are coming across are the ones who are helping to put food on our table. Without them, we're not able to eat. If you turn them away, if all of them were turned away, and then this legislation passed, making it easier to get at people who are already here legally, and you have no immigration, then we would have no food on our plates. We would have nobody taking care of the building, the construction of our homes. We would have nobody cleaning up in the hospitals.
Some of you may recognize his name or his face. This is that same Hank Johnson who a number of years ago was in a congressional hearing in which he asked one of the witnesses if during the U.S. military buildup in Guam, if that island wouldn't tip over just because of so many troops. Even CNN's Anderson Cooper couldn't keep a straight face.
House Armed Services Committee hearing discussing a military buildup on the island of Guam. Here's Georgia Congressman Hank Johnson. Listen.
This is a island that at its widest level is 12 miles from shore to shore, and at its smallest level or smallest location, it's 7 miles between one shore and the other. Is that correct?
I don't have the exact dimensions, but to your point, sir, I think Guam is a small island.
Very small island, and about 24 miles, if I recall, long. So 24 miles long, about 7 miles wide at the least widest place on the island, and about 12 miles wide on the widest part of the island. And I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that.
I got to say, I'm impressed with the Admiral Robert Willard, who's head of the U.S. Pacific Fleet, for not laughing, frankly.
Even before Congressman Johnson's insulting remarks to Hispanics, it's looking like Hispanics are already souring on Joe Biden. Politico did a story just this week in which they noted that Biden's rollout of a Spanish website for Hispanic, voters was a disaster. They had all sorts of grammatical errors and just poor use of the Spanish language that, clearly shows that the Biden campaign is completely out of touch with the Spanish speakers in our country. It's just, that's Joe Biden. But if you like what we're doing here at Americans for Limited Government and you want to help us out, I have just 3 things I'd like you to do. First, can you like the video? Can you share it? And then can you subscribe to the Americans for Limited Government channel on YouTube?